Dudes and dudettes, I have to admit, with my previous How Is This Legal video, it feels like I've unleashed Pandora's box. If you're unfamiliar with Pandora's box, all you need to know is that it's this mythical box that when opened, all hell breaks loose. Imagine a group of ratchet chicks in a Nissan Altima pull up next to you at the light blasting Glorilla. It's basically the same thing. It sucks too because discovering this new series idea for the channel had me feeling like Lara Croft at first. All the positive feedback from you, the viewer, proved my mind was as sharp as Lara Croft's boobs in the 90s. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just my poor excuse to make a joke about Lara Croft's boobs in the 90s. Today's topic of discussion is a game called Beast Tamer Storm. After witnessing several booty-shaking videos on TikTok, my For You page suggested an ad for this game. iPhone wouldn't allow this foolishness, but according to the Google Play Store, God Beast Wars is a two-dimensional card game as the theme of the development of competitive hand games. You will become the teacher of the gods, leading them through all kinds of difficulties against the coming storm. This game features hundreds of magical elves fight with you. Enjoy the fun of pet battles, participate in large numbers of copies of the dispatch task, reigning the elves in combat, get rich props. I just need to know, what the fuck does magical elves have to do with this trailer that was served to me on TikTok?
In animated Pokemon, Lugia debuts as a rare Pokemon.
What is this voice actor for the trailer and what is the music in the background? I don't know if this is like a stolen, because I don't know. I haven't seen the latest anime for Pokemon. Maybe this is a song that I'm unfamiliar with. I don't know where this music is coming from, but I do know that voice actor is very funky. First of all, it doesn't sound like a Japanese developer. And if you check the APK, if you go find it online, you'll see that it's published by some Chinese developers. So this is definitely a knockoff game. It doesn't come from Japan. Also, this doesn't even sound like a real Chinese person. It sounds like they typed some script into like, cause you know, you got these deep fake AIs now. I know, and when you type something in, they'll say it like almost like a human. I can't talk like I'm like I'm from fucking St. Louis. Anyways, it almost sounds like it's a real human, but then it's not. It sounds like this could be some type of Chinese AI talking. I'm like, what is this? Powerful Lugia.
That can defeat Pokemon by itself. It is hard.
My favorite part is coming up though. My favorite part of the trailer. Let me let this play. Oh, I'm talking over. Hold on. I'm running back. I'm gonna run it back. This is my favorite part.
Lugia is flying type Pokemon. Base value is 680. Unique.
What do you mean that the race value is 680? Apparently, Lugia's race value is 680. If I could quote Drewski, I would say,
what do you mean by that?
She goes on to just talk about the origins of Lugia, different attacks, and da-da-da-da-da, and oh-ho, bunch of legendaries. And then they were like, oh, download the game. That's kind of the gist of the trailer. I didn't believe the gameplay was real. They say download it on the App Store and the Google Play Store, which, by the way, it says that at the end of the trailer, download this on the different app stores. Don't even bother trying to download. This game has been taken down. If you actually want to play this game, you have to download the backup APK file, and then you have to load it into an emulator. Now, how do you do all that? Google. I'm not gonna tell you. I don't got time for all that, but it's not hard to do if you really want to play Chinese Pokemon. This trailer had me dying, so naturally I had to investigate how true this trailer was to the game. So I downloaded Beast Tamer Storm, and I'm here to report to you that this video is not gonna turn out how you might think. Beast Tamer Storm, despite it being a cheap knockoff, isn't a bad game. Dare I say, it teeters on almost being good. I was ready to shit on Beast Tamer Storm, but then I was taken aback upon loading up the game. See, at boot, you're met with a menu screen with artwork that actually looks good. And that's when the feelings of being conflicted began to come into play, because although it looked good, I couldn't help but wonder if the art assets were hand-drawn or if they were stolen from the anime. And then I got to the tutorial, and that's when I said to myself, okay, this is when the game is gonna fall apart. Because at first glance, Beast Tamer Storm does look like a cheap auto chess game, but it's not. It's a 6v6 turn-based RPG that also includes all of the intricacies of a Pokemon battle, such as their types and their attacks. When you get to the later levels and things become harder, you have to actually make smart moves in order to win. I could not believe what I was playing. It wasn't half bad. I was sitting in my computer like,
hey yo, what the fuck?
What threw me off is how good the battles look. The character models are crispy and the ultimate attacks ooze of style and flair. The icing on the cake is them getting these small details correct. I mean, I chose Squirtle as my starter Pokemon because Squirtle is statistically the best starter Pokemon from Gen 1, and that's not how I feel. That's a fact. Fuck you. When you win with Squirtle, he pulls out his Squirtle Squad shades as an emote. Once again, I felt conflicted. On one hand, the gameplay is great, the art looks great, but I know the developers don't own this IP. It just all felt dirty. It felt like I went to a new barber and the new barber cut my head right. And even though I'm looking good, I still cheated on my old barber. And before you leave a snarky comment, yes, I know I need a haircut. I've been busy. Fuck you again. I spent almost 2 hours on the game, and the more I spent, the more I discovered the chinks in the armor for this game. The first of which is the music. It is good, but it's not looped correctly. So what happens is once the track reaches the end, there's this awkward pause before it starts back up. It really broke the immersion for me, seeing as it happens frequently. I mean, every time it happened, it reminded me I was playing a cheap mobile knockoff. And speaking of cheap mobile knockoff games, the biggest issue with this game is it left out one core element of the Pokemon franchise. You gotta catch them all. That doesn't exist in Beast Tamer. So now you're probably wondering, well, how do you catch and train Pokemon? Unfortunately, Beast Tamer Storm is a gotcha game. Dare I say it's pay to win. You don't throw Pokeballs at Pokemon in this game. You throw your credit card info in and then you hope you draw a rare Pokemon that you want.
That's no good.
To add insult to injury, you don't even train your lineup. The way you level up your monsters is you take materials won in battles and you apply them to what monsters you want to improve in a menu. You also can equip accessories known as trinkets, and that's something like what you would see in a Final Fantasy RPG. This game got pop-ups out that ass. There was a moment where I had to close out like 7 ads before I could get back to the game. If you're gonna spam ads, at least run some decent deals. The currency used to buy Pokemon in this game are called diamonds, and they're far too expensive for anyone to be able to draw a rare Pokemon and have fun without having to break the bank.
Any other problems?
Yes, actually, there's an online component to the game known as the Arena. First off, I can't tell you if you're playing against real people or not. It's hard to say, seeing as the only way to play this game right now is via emulator. If they are real people, the Arena is especially disappointing, seeing as you don't get to actually play the game. I spent over an hour learning the ins and outs of Beast Tamer, only to be met with the good old bait and switch. If you hop online, know it was once a turn-based RPG just magically becomes an auto chess game. The game basically takes each lineup's power level and then uses an algorithm to guess who wins the fight, and you just have to sit back and watch it all happen. Now imagine you spent money to play multiplayer only to find out that you can't really play the game. Beast Tamer Storm is the classic case of a strong start with a weak finish. A lot like your sex life. It's no surprise this game got kicked off the App Store the same way Roger used to get kicked out of Tia and Tamara's house.
Nice meeting you, Roger. Call me.
Go home, Roger.
And that's how Beast Tamer Storm left me wondering, how is this legal? Well, I guess in this case it wasn't, seeing as it's been removed from the App Store. But you know what hasn't been removed from the App Store? The topic of my last How Is This Legal video. I covered a bootleg mobile Naruto game that was absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen it, I highly encourage you check out Madara Ichi, the strongest in the server. The link to that Naruto mobile game video will be in the description box below. And as always, if you have any suggestions on mobile games with misleading ads I should cover in a future video, feel free to drop some suggestions in the comment section below. Other than that, leave a like on this video. I'm the Black Hokage, aka TBH, and to be honest, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.